That's why I thought you wanted to be over here.
That would have been
Hold on. That's what
awesome.
you told us. That's why you told us you wanted to be over here, so you can do that.
No.
Milan licks bus stops.
That muting mogger.
Through the first corner.
Mike, ask him why he muted
Now
you.
1:37.8.
Hey, Walker's wondering why you muted him.
He needs to do normal.
Alright guys, so welcome along to Azerbaijan. This is going to be basically a fun race for one last go for the season for the All-Star. And let's see how well this race is going to go. So they do have a prize on the line because they will have a sponsor for this race. One second guys, just making sure everything's okay with the stream. So just a few things, well actually just one main thing that's going to be different about the race. All American drivers will be in cars with a, I think that's going to be blue and white livery, and the UK drivers will be in the cars that have white and red. 17 drivers for the session, should be a good race. I see Jonathan getting disconnected quite a few times already, but it should be good. So we're in qualifying, just about 12 minutes to go. So the fastest guy so far is Milan with a 138.5. Other than that, other drivers are in the 141s going. Someone left a little debris on track. I did find it a bit interesting that everyone actually voted to race here for the weekend. But it should be a really good race, being 4th of July weekend, and a very special treat that the guys did, having the cars in those colors. Alright, sorry about that disconnection. So we still have Milan in the lead with a 138.5. Ace is up to P2 with 140.4 now. Few new drivers from the last time we've been on. Okay, so we barely have at least half of the grid making some lap times, so just about 10 minutes to go. Jonathan may be having some internet issues, I'm assuming, because he keeps getting disconnected. Hopefully he does stay on long enough to get into the race. Let's see who we're reviewing. So we're just going to be switching from car to car right now during the rest of the qualifying session. Let's just have a look at how these guys actually set their car up for this weekend. But this, I believe this is going to be their last race on F1 2019. The next time we see All-Stars racing online again should be on F1 2020 for their new season. So if we start on the top, should be quite easy to guess who is on which side right now. Milan blue and white, obviously going to be US. I believe Ace is UK. Okay, in the garage. Coordinates, okay, that's blue and white, that's going to be US. MX is going to be US as well. So quite a few new guys from the last time. Got Fred. Okay, Fred is UK. Liverpool I know is UK, or is he US? Which one is it? Okay, yeah, he's UK. I thought I had that one wrong. I know T-Pound is US. Jonathan is still in the pits. Okay, so we got B3 up into P2 with a 139.3. Good job on getting on the 139 done. Still interested to know if anyone is going to beat that 138.5. Alright, just under 7 minutes to go, so we still got a few guys need to get a lap time in for the qualifying session. Pretty interesting lap times though, because got just 2 guys down in the 130s, everyone else is in the 140s going up. Should be quite a good race going into turn 1 here though. I can't reckon if we're going to have a safety car in the first lap or not, but let's see how this goes. I think it's going to be a little different with prize up for grabs on this one. And on behalf of the league, I guess a special thank you to Gaming Guru for presenting this race to them. I do expect drivers putting up a little bit more of a fight though for this one. Okay, so we got Jonathan still on the outlap going. Let's see if he can get a time in before the next 5 minutes is up. That's enough time, he should be able to get that done. We still got Jay and Night Shadow as well to make a lap time. Unless there's some kind of plan brewing that I'm not aware of. But this should be a good race. Pretty fast track, I gotta say. I think it's about 6 kilometers long. Quite a few turns. It's just very narrow. Not much room if you're going off track because you're going to be in a wall.
That's ranked the highest ever recorded speed in an official Formula.
T-Pound just put himself up into P5 with a 140.3. So we got some pretty good time. Milan is still in P1 with that 138.5. We're at B3 in P2 with a 139.3. Liverpool is up into P3 with 140.2. We got CB with a 140.3 in P4. Nice job from him. T-Pound P5. We got Killer J in P6. That's a 140.3. Ace is just behind him with a 140.4. And Evil Hunter has just a little bit of room more to improve. Can get past Ace as well there. MX down in P9 with a 140.5. And if I pronounce this wrong, forgive me, but this is Hunji, it's 141.1, and Mistaken Youth is a 141.3. Artemis is 141.5 in P12. We got Fred with 141.8 in P13. As it stands, it's going to be Jonathan 14 if he doesn't make a time, but hopefully he does. We got Night Shadow on an outlap right now. Alright guys, so just 2.5 minutes more to go. Anyone gonna get a lap time in? Now is the time to get out and do it. So Jonathan is up into P4 with a 139.9. That's a pretty good lap. Artemis up into P3 now with a 139.9 as well. That's actually pretty close between Artemis and Jonathan, because Artemis is a 139.958 and Jonathan is a 959. That's actually really close. One of the closest I've actually ever seen. So pretty good job from those guys. As we come down to the last minute of qualifying, I should say pretty good job from all the drivers getting the liveries on their car, just special for this event. So basically we're going to see red, white and blue all together on the track, since we have UK in red and white and the US in blue and white. Hey Batterby, what's up? So Batterby says, let's go US. Alright, so we're coming right down to the end of qualifying and we should be getting to the race in just a few minutes. I'm extremely excited for the start of this race because I have no idea what's going to happen as yet, but let's see how it's going to go. Hi Games for Life. Alright, so we're just going to wait for the official table to come up for qualifying positions. So we got 17 drivers, that's a pretty good amount. There's 3 more would have been a full grid, but I think that's a pretty good grid we got going there. Okay, so that's the end of qualifying. Coming down to the order, let's see how they rank up. So it's Milan in P1, followed by B3, then Mistake in P3, Artemis P4, Jonathan P5, Liverpool P6, CB is 7th, T-Town in 8th, Kilo J 9th, and Ace is 10th. That's the top 10 for us so far. So let's see how good this race is gonna go. Milan did get a very good time on those softs with a 138.2. Good job to B3 and Mistaken. They did pull off a 139 on the medium. Not bad. Okay, so straight into the race we will go now. Should be a good one to start. I don't know how many of you are counting on the safety car for the first lap, or actually the first turn, should I say, but let's see how it's gonna go. The guys are pretty good drivers anyway, so I think maybe they'll all make it through. Yeah, Badby, I think you're right. Because I'm saying just given what's up for grabs with this race, everyone is going to be a little bit on edge going into that corner. So let's see how it goes. I'm actually looking forward to it. Okay, so we should be going on formation lap again. B3 seems to be in a bit of a hurry on the formation lap, trying to get past Milan going down. So let's see how it stands between US and the UK at the moment. So our P1 car is the US. I think P2 and P3 are UK. So that's the top three. Let's see how it's going to end. So we got one American and two guys from UK up in the top three. I really can't say how this race is going to end because it's just so many things that could happen. Warming those tires up as much as they can right now, just to get this started. Also special thanks to MX and Walker for getting on with me earlier today just so we could get a new image for the thumbnail for the stream video. I think we got a pretty good one, so actually gives me a few ideas, but we'll work on that a little later for F1 2020. I think the last car just went into its spot, so here we go guys for one last time on F1 2019. Let's see who gets P1 for this one. Should be good. Revs are up, lights are out, and we go. Okay, Milan got a pretty good start going to turn 1. We do have some incidents happening. Okay, we got cars all over the place right now. So just yellow flag, no safety car as... It could have gotten disconnected when we were not, when we were actually having problems. It got disconnected when we started the first lap of the race. Apologies guys, but we're getting back on. We shall see where it's going. So from what I saw, the first run I did went pretty okay for the guys up in front. For the midfield runners, not so well. There were a few, I guess, minor touches. So Killer J is out of the session, and we just had a yellow flag. Okay, so we got B3 up into P1 now, with Milan down into P2. Let's get some stats on screen. So we do have a few midfield changes happening. So T-Bang up into P4, Evil Hunter is P5, the Liverpool in P6. So we got quite a few DNFs. We got Artemis, Fred, Jonathan, and Killer J out of the race so far. Ace out coming out of the pits. Walker in the pits. I see Milan has taken back his P1. Quite surprised with so many DNFs. We did not get a safety car going through all of this. So just on lap 2, we are now left with 13 drivers out of 17. Milan has now a 3-second lead off of T-Pound, who is now up in P2. Got Evil up into P3. Now we have a virtual safety car. I'm guessing that's going to be an incident with Liverpool. Cars will be decreasing speed by about at least 40%, going down around the track from now until the VSC is over. So we got a few pit stops happening under the VSC right now. Guys trying to take advantage of this. Alright guys, so a few pit stops happening. We're still only on lap 3 of 26. We have, that stinks, 5 drivers out of the race. We're just left to 12 now. Badaby, you should have been racing today. Okay, we are back to racing. Let's see how this is going. So P1, P2, they're still on the soft compound tires. Most of the guys are going to be on mediums. We got Mistaken and Dingy on the hard compound. Oh, Nine Shadow as well is on hards. Milan does have quite a little bit of a lead off of T-Pound. I'm not sure how fast T-Pound can catch up to him, but he's going to try and work on that with 4.5 seconds behind him right now. Got Evil Hunter another 3 seconds, 3.3 seconds actually behind P-Pound. CB is in P4 right now with about a 6-second lead, 6.7 second lead off of J. who's in P5. Got mistaken in 6, being chased by B3. Now being passed by B3 down the starting red straight. Gets that move done quite comfortably before the first corner. Rabadabi has a good prediction for the race. I think the first race, I'm not sure, I can't remember that, but actually, I'm not sure if I can agree with you, but it can probably go that way. Because Tipang is now 5.7 seconds behind of Milan. But let's see how well it goes. Because Milan could actually end up probably making a mistake somewhere down the line, clipping off part of his front wing. He could ruin the race for himself, but let's see how well it goes. Because we're still on lap 4. Quite a few interesting things have happened. Didn't actually go the way I expected it would go. I honestly thought there would have been a safety car by now. Ace is out of the race, so that is 6 drivers out. We are now down to 11 drivers left in the race. Quite an interesting start going so far. Man, these cars are fast. Okay, so we got Walker in P11 right now, which is what we call dead last, but he can work his way up. Let's see how well he's gonna do that. Let's see how he's going actually right now. We're gonna go riding on board with Walker. Let's see how he's doing. So he has Night Shadow in front of him. Not too far ahead actually, so I average he's gonna get past him by at least within the next 2 laps. Let's see how well he's gonna work on that. Because Walker's a pretty good driver. I know Tipang's pretty good, but Tipang just got passed by Evil Hunter. And Tipang has damage. He's lost his front wing, so he'll be going in the pit. There's absolutely no front wing going on that. Okay, and that is Tipang out of the race. He just went plumb into that wall. I can only say it's because he probably took that corner with way too much speed and 0 front wing. So we got a yellow flag in sector 2. Tipang out of the race. We are now down to 10 drivers out of 17. It's still going been actually quite an interesting race so far, I gotta say. I'm actually waiting for a safety car here as well, by the way. I'm not sure how come there's not a safety car for that incident, because Tipang's car is actually just dead parked in the center of the track where everyone has to pass. But we did not get a safety car. Was the safety car settings turned off for this race? What has happened to Evil Hunter here? He went off track. Probably wasn't able to make that turn, so he had to go into that little section at the corner where you can actually just have enough room to brake. But does he have any damage? I don't think so. I'm not sure if an end plate of his front wing is gone, or he's good, or he just missed after that turn. But he's now 18 seconds behind Milan, who is still leading this race. We got CB in P3 with about 4 seconds behind of Evil Hunter. A little bit of room, but he can actually catch up. B3 is 6 seconds off of CB's pace right now. J in P5, Mistake in his P6. Okay, this is P7, Walker is P8. Night Shadow down to P9. So 9 drivers left in the race. MX is out. I mean, okay, so we're still on. We only have a virtual safety car. I'm not 100% sure on if they took the option off for safety car or not, but we have virtual safety car. And that's over. We're back to racing again. Green flag. So Milan, as it stands, has such a comfortable lead in this race. He has a 19-second lead off of Evil Hunter. It's only lap 7, so there's actually quite a lot of time to catch up if Evil Hunter can do it. But Evil Hunter is going to have to be a little worried about CB, just about 5.1 seconds behind of him. I know B3 drives pretty well as well, and Walker is probably going to be working his way up the field coming. He's in P8 currently. So we're going to just put our eyes on the other drivers. Let's see what's going on with everyone else so far. I think CB has a little end plate damage on his front wing. From what I just saw, I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, definitely there's an end plate missing on one of those front wing. Or not that, yeah, on his front wing, yeah. I think it's the left side, yep. He's missing that, but he can drive with that. He should be able to. He's a pretty good driver. Well, Milan will have to pit soon because he's on soft. Evil Hunter is running on mediums. So if Milan can build up enough of a gap to go in the pit stop and get out back in front of Evil, he's still going to hold the lead, but it's only 18 seconds. I don't think that's enough time to get into pit stop at Azerbaijan and get out back in P1. I've actually never really... I actually can't remember how much time you actually take going in for a pit stop here. I'll be honest with you on that one, I can't remember. So we got Jay being chased by Mistaken Youth right now. Yeah, not too much from the USR left, huh? I know. Jay is just trying to defend against Mistaken here. Does not want to give up that P5, but it's gonna go anyway, going down the straight. I think Mistaken can get this done. Let's go on board with Jay. Let's see if he can get him back going into turn 1. He might just be a little too far off. So lap 8, guys, quite an interesting start. It hasn't even been half of the race as yet, and we have lost, let's say, half of our drivers. Does Jay have damage? Because he does have a little trouble going into those corners right now. Let's keep an overhead view and let's see what's going on. So Walker is still about 3 seconds behind. This is Gingy F1, and he's working on that. Let's see how well he can get up. Still running on mediums. So we got Mistaken and Night Shadow running on hards right now. Not sure how far into the race it's gonna get them. But we still have Milan out in front. But he pitted onto the hard compound tire, so he's gonna go onto the end with those hards. But he's now only, let's call it 2 seconds in front of Evil Hunter. So Evil Hunter now actually has quite a little bit of advantage here. He could catch him. Of course, Milan is on fresh hards. Those mediums on Evil's car is about 8 laps old. Not that severely worn, but I'm not sure how much of a pace he has right now if he's going to be able to catch him. He's at 2.2 seconds. Let's see how it's going to be by the end of this lap. Now it's 2.3. I think Milan is actually gaining because those hearts are actually fresh. So he's going to try and build that gap as fast as he can. He's down up to 2.7 seconds. This is probably going to be over 3 seconds by the time we get past the finish line here for lap 10. So still we are not halfway in the race, guys, but it's going pretty well so far. You got to say, for the 9 drivers left, congratulations to you guys for not getting DNFs. To keep it going this long. So okay, so Evil Hunter is now back by 3.2 seconds. Just went over the line about 3.1 seconds. We got B3 and P3 with about 10 seconds behind. Got some pit stops happening. Oh, and we got a pit stop hold up here for a CB. Not 100% sure on how that happened, but you got a pit stop hold up there. Because CB had to wait for someone to get out of the stops to get in. That's going to cost him a bit of time. Walker is now up into P5, running on medium still, which are 8 laps old. I think he started on those. Let's see how pit stops were going. Let's go on stops. Okay. Yeah, so Walker has had 1 stop already. I think that was just at the start of the race where he did have a little incident with someone, so he had to change. So he might have to stop again. We'll see how well that goes. Evil Hunter hasn't stopped us yet. He's still running on mediums, which are 9 laps old. He's holding P2 for the moment. He's about 14 seconds ahead of Mistaken right now. Not enough of a gap to go in and come out back in P2. He might end up in P3 or P4, depends. But let's see when he decides to pit. Because he's trying to chase Milan down for P1, who's now up by 4.5 seconds up in front. So Milan is actually just running smooth and comfortable race. I think he's running a clean air as well. Walker is currently chasing Jay down for a P4. So you got both Jay and Walker in the pits at the same time. Pretty fast pit stop. Evil Hunter now 5.5 seconds off the lead of Milan right now. Evil still has not pitted as yet. His tires are 10 laps old now. Let's see how well he's going to hold those tires for now. Because he will start to lose grip at some point coming down the line here. It's quite an interesting view from the front wing angle of a car. You can see how close they actually get to the corners going around the turns here. So guys, for one last race on F1 2019 for this league, it's been a pretty good one. Even though we had a lot of drivers getting DNFs out of the race so far. But hopefully the 9 that we have right now will be able to finish the race incident free, of course. Just a bit of minor gaps between most of the guys. Taking it a little bit close to the wall there. Didn't seem to suffer any damage. Pretty good. That's pretty interesting overhead view of Azerbaijan going down. Walker's down in P6 behind B3 right now. Evil still has not pitted. I'm quite sure Milan is going to the end on those hard tires. So he's going to be counting on Evil taking a pit stop. Then that means Mistaken is going to be in P2 with 15 seconds behind him. So he's going to call that another comfortable spot. And we have a safety car. What happened to CB? We did miss quite a lot of incidents in this race, so CB is out. This is Gingy is out as well. That's 2 more DNFs. We now have, that's going to be 7 cars left in the race. Just a reminder guys, this is not an easy track to drive. It is quite easy to make a mistake on the track and just take yourself out. B3 has got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. He's up in P4. Milan has decided to take another quick pit stop, going on mediums, going to go to the end of the race on those, and that is Evil getting held up behind him. I would assume everyone would have their own pit stop section to go to, because there's no actual teammates going on here, but I guess the game pre-assigned that. Alright, so Milan still has hold P1. Mistaken is now in P2. Evil Hunter, because of that hold-up, is now in P3. But Milan now has a little better advantage because he's on fresh mediums, while the 2 guys behind him in P2 and P3 are going to be on hards. And Mistaken has not pitted. He is on 10-lap old hard tires, but he can still go to the end of the race on those, hopefully for him. So we'll be running under the safety car for just maybe 2 or 3 laps, and then get back to racing again. So that's called 2-5, because I was just checking to see how many US and how many UK drivers we have left. It's a 2 against 5. It's 2 for US and 5 for the UK left. That's our 7 drivers. And we are finally at the halfway point of the race, with less than half of the grid left racing. How do you like that for a final race? Guys, so we're just going to be waiting for the safety car to end. Evil Hunter seems to be in pretty much of a hurry, getting back into the pits now. And what is he going to do? He's going to get off those hard compound tires. He's probably going on mediums. Yes, he is. But he's going to be coming back out in 6th, so he has a lot of catching up to do. Of course, they're going to be all behind, just bunched up behind the safety car, so he'll be guessing it's going to be a little pretty easier for him to get past everyone to get back into P2, or get back, try to get past Milan as well. Let's see how well that's going to go for him. It could have been a good move, it could have been a bad move. Well, let's see. Walker is now up to P3 because of all the chaos happening around him, and he's on mediums, 3 laps old, assuming that's going to go to the end there. I think it will. Alright, then we're back to racing again. So Walker is up to P2. He's going to have a go at Milan, but I'm not sure if he's going to get it done in the next few corners. Track is pretty tight, not that easy to overtake. He is getting pretty close going into the corners right now though. I think Walker's going to be pretty careful not to lose P2 on this one here. Walker does have B3 very close behind him as well. Because if he does make a mistake, he's going to get past. Hunter is still down in P5 because of that extra pit stop that he took. But we'll see how well it's going to work out for him down in the end of the race. We're still on lap 16 of 26, just about 10 laps left to go. Milan is actually building quite a little bit of a lead. B3 is out. That way his rear, I just think his rear just got taken out. I'm not sure how that happened, but that's now 6 drivers left in the race. Are we going to have another safety car or just yellow flags? Okay, it's just yellow flags. We are still racing. Sector 2 still has yellow flag. I think that's cleared now. Walker has gone from P2 to P6. Sorry with the disconnection, getting back on happens. Thanks for the invite. Okay, so we have lost Walker and Night Shadow as well. It's now down to 4 drivers. I gotta say, this has been quite an interesting race, going down for 26 laps. It's only lap 17. Has the fact that there's a prize on the line changed the aspect of the race this much? I do wonder. Okay, so we got Mistaken and Jay pretty close together here. Oh, sorry, Mistaken and Evil Hunter pretty close. How far back is Jay? Let's get some stats back on screen. So I'm just waiting for the stat to come on and to see what the gap is. Okay, Evil Hunter is 7 seconds behind of Milan. That gives me about 8 laps to catch up and get past. Of course, the bet is right now everyone is holding out that Milan might be winning the race unless he makes a mistake and cost himself the race. I've never seen a race where just one driver is left out of 17 in the race, but it'd be quite interesting to see that actually happen on this occasion. Gap is now 7.1 seconds between P1 and P2. Another 2.4 seconds in mistaken behind. Jay is about 37 seconds behind everyone else. That's a lot of catching up to do. Of course, mistaken in his tires at 15 laps old, but I think he should be able, he's on high, so he should be able to make it to the end of the race on those, so I don't think anyone else should be taking another pit stop. Unless someone accidentally clips their car into a corner. So it was an eventful race, not the way I expected it to go, but it did go pretty unusual for a race with 17 drivers, having only 4 left. Milan out with a 7.6 second lead, comfortable lead, he might call it, against Hunter. Hunter does have his own problems right now, mistaken is just about 2.4 seconds behind of him coming down. Jay is down P4. Which is now called last, running his own race, about 37 seconds behind everyone else. I have to say congratulations to him if he does finish the race, but he's running his own race, he should be fine. So let's see who's going to take the prize at the end of this race. But I know there's something being given out to P2 and P3 as well. But I gotta say, Gaming Guru, what happens if we don't have a P2 or P3 at the end of the race? Going pretty good so far. Gap is now up to 8 seconds between Milan and Evil Hunter. And now up to 3 seconds, we're down now to 2.9 seconds behind of Mistaken and Evil Hunter. Yeah, it is quite interesting, isn't it? This is one of the most interesting races I've actually streamed since I've been streaming league races, esports league races for these leagues. It's one of the most interesting ones. I've never had so many drivers be out of a race. First race that is actually a prize up for grabs for, but it's actually pretty interesting to see so many drivers out. Not sure what the conversation is behind closed doors right now with the guys. How many incidents were where someone was at fault, or they were just generally racing incidents. But it will be interesting to see how well the last 4 drivers on the track finish this race. So I know Milan he's US, Hunter and Mistaken, and Jay as well is on UK. So we got 1 US driver left in the race. He's comfortable in the lead with an 8.7 second lead now. Mistaken has gotten the gap down from 3 to 2.5 seconds now. So he is catching Hunter. But with just about 6 laps remaining, can he catch him in time to make an overtake move? I mean, catching a car is one thing, but then you have to actually find a comfortable spot on the track where you're okay overtaking without actually damaging your own car. It's not as easy as, you know, just catching up to a car and just going past him. If you do get actually really close going onto when you're going down the starting grid straight, it's actually pretty interesting if you can actually get a pass there. It will actually be a comfortable pass, provided you have enough straight line speed, which some of these guys actually do have over each other. because it does depend on the setup you drive, but you do have a lot more straight line speed with your setup. So it'll be interesting to see. Milan's lead is now up to 8.9 seconds. Hunter has carried the gap back up to 3.2 seconds now. Jay is still just running his race, just trying to finish the race at least. I'll be honest, if I was Jay, I'll be taking my time around every turn. Let's see how he's doing actually. Let's just ride on board with Jay to see how he's doing. I don't think he has any damage. Let's see, coming down here. He's fine. He doesn't have any damage on his front wing. He should be good to go to the end of the race. The start is only 3 laps old right now. I wouldn't take any chances if I was him. I would just try to finish his race at least. But I'm not telling him what to do. It's up to him. If you want to try and catch Mistaken, 38 seconds away. But I would just be hoping Evil Hunter or Mistaken Youth just make some sort of mistake or get tangled with each other so I can just take over P2 if I was him. Then again, everyone between P1 to P3 could actually just end up crashing out themselves. It would be a miracle for him, but he would end up finishing P1 if that does happen. But everyone can dream, can they? Hunter is now 9.7 seconds behind Milan and 4.3 seconds up in front of Mistaken Youth. So as it stands, our P1 is Milan, P2 is Evil Hunter, P3 is Mistaken, and P4 is Jay. Let's see if we have the race finish in these exact same order for the drivers or not. Be pretty interesting if the one US driver remaining can actually beat the 3 UK drivers right now. Batterby is probably enjoying this right now. Having the US out in front. Pretty good liveries on the car though. It was a really nice touch for the weekend. So I gotta say, pretty good race. For what I understand, the race wasn't actually supposed to happen, but because Gaming Guru came along and offered a top prize for whoever won it, that's how we got one last race from All-Stars F1 Racing League for F1 2019. Should be a good series when you get to F1 2020, which is not too far away. So let's see how well it's gonna go on that game as well. I know a lot of the guys probably have the game on pre-order getting it. Got Mistaken into the pits because his gap is now up to 9.2 seconds behind of Evil. Changing on to softs. Just about 3 laps to go. So he's going to come out with a pretty significant gap between them now. The gap between Milan and Evil Hunter is now 10 seconds. I thought it was 11. 10.8 seconds. Just averaging around 11 seconds right now. So Mistaken Youth is now 23 seconds behind Evil. As it is, we might be finishing in this order, but let's see how it goes. Anything can happen. Even given it's the last 3 laps of the race, anything can actually happen. That's actually a pretty good view of the car coming around the corner. It's just fun for me to watch the cars go around the track in this view, I gotta tell you. there shouldn't be any more pit stops coming along. Everyone should be finishing the tires that are currently on. I don't think anyone else has any damage. Milan is still going to drive. He's going to drive cautiously, but still trying to give it as much as he can right now, because he's going to have to maintain that 10 to 11 seconds lead off of Hunter for at least the next 2 to 2.5 laps to finish this race in P1. Because if he actually makes a significant mistake, Evil Hunter is going to be right there and ready to capitalize on it and try to get that P1. Because why not? It's for the top prize. Why take P2 when you can take P1? That is Milan going across the line, starting lap 25. Our second to last lap for the race on F1 2019. Evil Hunter is now 13 seconds behind. Mistaken youth on these fresh soft compound tires has gotten the gap down to 17 seconds behind Hunter. But it's just one lap more to go after this, so I don't think he's going to be able to make overtake on that at all unless he's had enough time, and he has set the fastest time. I guess that was his plan all along, just get the fastest time of the race. That's why he went to the softs. I mean, Hunter has to make a pretty big mistake for him to capitalize and make move on that one. Down to 16 seconds. Man, he is really pushing it. Oh, what just happened there? So mistaken, you just put himself a little bit into the wall, losing a part of his front wing. So that's the kind of mistakes that do tend to happen. Of course, Jay is still 30 seconds behind him, so not enough time to actually catch up. Basically, he's not going to be changing anything. He's just going to finish the last lap on that. He should be able to run it though. That should be fine. Hey, Play TV. Yes, it is Azerbaijan, one of the most interesting tracks that we have on the calendar. Alright, and we are finally into lap 26, the one and final lap to go for F1 2019 or All-Stars F1 Racing League. The next race, I assume, should be on F1 2020 for this league. As much as I know, this is the last one. Just practice sessions usually will be happening. Most of the guys will be getting F1 2020 soon, start practicing on that for this upcoming new season that they're going to have. Just gonna ride on board with Milan as he does finish his final lap here. Just a few corners more to go, and that's gonna be the end of Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Pretty good race, guys. So I gotta say very special thank you to Gaming Guru for sponsoring the entire race for the top prize, and thanks to all the guys who drove and for setting up their cars with the special liveries for the weekend for a very special 4th of July race. And yes, CB, I will be getting onto the party chat in just a second because I don't want to get off here. So that's Milan P1. We have Evil Hunter now coming in for P2. Mistaken with just a few more corners to go for P3. Taking it very easy there. Be careful. Don't want to take yourself out on the last corner of the track and just lose that P3. Podium place. That's P3, and Jay will be coming in P4 automatically here. So very good race, guys. Congratulations to Milan. Excellent race. Evil Hunter, Mistaken, Jay. Congratulations as well for finishing the race. So the next time we will be streaming a race for you guys, I'm assuming we'll be on F1 2020. Should be a good one. New cars, new designs. And once again, thanks to Gaming Guru Club. Very good race. Gaming Guru, hope you do sponsor more races in the future going on. So thank you to everyone who watched the stream and everyone who will watch the stream. Thank you guys for the support. Quite a lot of DNF guys, the most I've seen in a race for, I don't know, for the first time actually, but there you have it. That's your grid as they will be for the positions there. So only 4 guys finish. Milan, Evil Hunter, Mistaken, and Jay. And that's positions as they follow, going down the order. Now guys, thank you guys for watching. Do subscribe. All the other races for F1 2020 will be right here on this channel. And much more to come.